All right, so something gigantic has happened in the Marilyn Manson situation. And I'm this is probably going to be the least eloquent video I've ever done because I'm just totally at a loss for words. This is just astounding. And you know, for those of you who've been following this situation, this case, this gigantic, massive hoax on a scale of which Amber Heard never even dreamed of, that's how huge this is. Coordinated with multiple people and an HBO documentary, and I mean, legal cases out the ass, all of this, right? Huge. And it's a hoax. And there have been a few of us on a corner of the internet, a little corner of the internet on our little YouTube channels, and with our small social media influence, there have been a small group of us that have been shouting at the top of our lungs that this is a massive hoax and that Marilyn Manson is innocent, and we could not get almost anyone to pay attention. And 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 now something amazing has happened. One of Manson's main accusers, Ashley Morgan Smithline, she did a People magazine article, a big photo spread, and had a cover. She went on The View. She sued him. I mean, this is one of the major accusers against Marilyn Manson. And she has fucking flipped. And I don't mean that in a derogatory or derisive or insulting way at all, because I have to just tell you, I have been really hard on Ashley Morgan Smithline, and I have insulted her in probably almost every way that you could insult someone, and I've definitely insulted her character. And, I don't retract those things because at the time I felt that they were an appropriate response to what I thought was a really shitty thing. But you know what? She has she has totally come clean, and she has taken moral culpability, responsibility for this, and she has taken it upon herself to expose this fucking hoax and to speak up for Marilyn Manson and to speak up for the truth. And I just have to say that, she's not being paid. I don't see what she's getting out of this. The kind of courage it takes to stand up in front of millions of people and not only to speak for the truth and to stand up against this hoax and this Me Too, the bullshit or the excesses of Me Too that are now being weaponized by opportunistic, borderline personality disorder people like Evan Rachel Wood and Amber Heard and others. The kind of courage it takes to stand up against that is tremendous. But the kind of courage that it takes to stand up in front of millions of people and admit that you participated in a morally repugnant activity and in a hoax and a takedown of an innocent man, to be able to stand up and admit that you got scammed. I know it's embarrassing to say that she got scammed by Evan Rachel Wood, right? I'm sure it kind of makes her feel dumb a little bit, makes her feel bad. But she's not dumb. She turned out to be one of the smartest people in this whole fucking situation because she saw where all of this is headed. And she decided to get off the train. And not only did she decide to get off the train, but she decided to do what she could to stop the train. And by God, I think this might help to do that. This is a huge shift. The tide turns today. The momentum turns today. And let everyone involved in this fucking hoax be put on notice. All right? We've turned a corner. Thank God, hallelujah, we have turned a corner. And so I have nothing bad to say about Ashley Morgan Smithline today. So far it turns out that she has shown more courage than a lot of other supposedly good, decent people in this situation. There are a number of people, and I probably shouldn't be getting worked up about this right now, but you can hear a train in the distance, sorry, but there are a number of people, friends of Marilyn Manson, people who've had intimate relationships with Marilyn Manson. There are people who know this is bullshit, and there are people also who know Evan Rachel Wood and who know the accusers, and they know this is bullshit. And those people, with the exception of a few people making a few subtle statements here and there, those people have not stepped forward, have not stood up for Marilyn Manson. And I don't expect them to, honestly. I mean, people have lives. They have things that they feel like they could lose. They don't want to be, they think they're going to be harassed by a crowd or whatever. But I'm telling you that the momentum in this thing has now shifted, and it's the accusers. It's the accusers now. And the people who orchestrated this hoax, Evan Rachel Wood, Esme Bianco, those are the people now who have to worry about being embarrassed, about being shamed, about being ridiculed, because today begins the long process of exposing this hoax. And yes, it took several years in Johnny Depp's case. And yes, it's taken a couple of years, and it's probably going to take another year or two. God help us with this Marilyn Manson thing. So I don't have anything bad to say about Ashley Morgan Smithline today. She has saved Marilyn Manson. She has single-handedly exposed this gigantic hoax. And, you know, I just have to tell y'all, like, it's been really hard the last couple of months. It's been hard because I had some big interviews with big people that fell through. People canceled on me. And I get tired. I've been doing this for 2 years, along with some of you, my comrades in this fight. You know what it's like. We get beat up a lot. We get exposed online. People from all sides give a shit, even friendly fire. And all of that's forgiven now. I just want us, but I'm just saying that, like, this is hard. And there's not much of a payoff to it. And I have to tell you, there have been so many times in this when I've just been getting by basically on just a kind of a faith. Just this feeling inside that, this feeling inside that even though there were people all around me saying, why are you wasting your time on this? Why are you devoting all this time to this? It's silly, or he's guilty, or whatever. It's never going to go anywhere. There's too many women against him. The narrative's too strong and whatever. And I just had this feeling, and I know some of you did as well. We just stick with this. Just keep going. And I guess what I'm happy. It's just that it's so rare in life. I don't know. I don't know if it's rare or not. I'm sorry I'm being ineloquent, but I feel like so often in life we devote ourselves to things. We pour our hearts into things, and we work hard, and we don't ever really see much of a payoff, or we don't really know what it amounts to. And I just kind of, for the last 2 years, I've been putting up a brave face, but there's a part of me that's the whole time that's been saying, what are you doing? Am I wasting my time? Is this a lost cause? Is this a stupid cause? And to have something like this happen, not only an astounding shift in momentum, but to have something that really kind of came out of nowhere that I thought would never happen, which is that one of these women would turn on this group, would turn on this hoax. And to have that have happened, and to have this feeling of blessed vindication for Marilyn Manson and for those of us who've been defending him, I just want to thank God for that. Seriously, I don't care how stupid it seems. I want to thank God for that. And I want to thank Ashley. Okay? You showed more guts than most people have. Apparently, you got some balls I didn't know about. So thank you so much. Evan Rachel Wood, we are coming for you, sweetheart. Metaphorically speaking, your reign of terror and manipulation and lies are coming to an end. And everybody, now's the time to jump on board this train, because we got a long road to go, and we've got a big lawsuit to go, and there's multiple lawsuits and all kinds of bullshit, and we need you. So Johnny Depp people, I have a message for you. By the way, I'm just gonna get snot all over the place. All right, deal with it. Johnny Depp supporters, a lot of you have been on the fence with this Manson stuff, and I totally understand it. We don't even have to talk about why it is, because the reasons are self-evident, and I understand them. And I know, a lot of you just weren't sure. Now you see the truth, okay? This is like that moment when you heard the Amber Heard Johnny Depp tapes. That was my aha moment. I heard those tapes, and I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. I hear what's going on here. This is your wake-up call. This is that moment. You see the truth now. You know that a horrible injustice is being done to Johnny Depp's best friend. Won't you get on board? Join us? All right, everybody. As always, check out my stuff. My links are below. I appreciate your support now more than ever. And I've got lots of videos coming out, lots of stuff. I've got a live stream. I'm going on Popcorn Planet. I'm doing my own couple of videos today about this topic. Like, there's just going to be all day. We're just going to bask in the blessed victory and vindication that the Lord has provided. Thank you.